So guys, it's Tyler. I'm back with another movie review. As you can see, I have Jacob with me again.
Wow.
It has been a good little while since we've done a review, and because our lives have been insane lately, insanity. Even though I have the summer off from work right now, my life is still not completely uncrazy, and his is insane because he works for a tax firm. And
It's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. So we're back, and this is Duke, by the way. Say hi, Duke. And he's not gonna say hi. He's gonna look at me. Okay, it's his new dog, Duke. He wasn't here last time. So, anyways, for this set of movie reviews, we thought we were gonna go with nostalgia and do a series that we both have read the books for. We both have seen all the movies for. But we thought it'd be fun to do Harry Potter. So each time we're gonna read the book. Like this week we read the Sorcerer's Stone. I mean, watched the movie The Sorcerer's Stone. I am not gonna sit here and tell you guys it's gonna be every single week because I don't want to commit to that. Because I know that's hard for both of us to commit to a video per week. But we're gonna try our best to do it as consistent as we can. Okay, guys. So don't make no promises. But yeah, so I guess we can get into the review now. So basically, Harry Potter in general is a story about a boy who is adopted by his aunt and uncle. Well, left on his aunt and uncle's doorstep after his parents get murdered by an evil wizard, and he goes to school called Hogwarts and learns magic, makes friends, and goes on incredible adventures. I'm giving you guys a general review before we get into this first movie. That's the basic gist of Harry Potter. Because there's 8 movies, there's 7 books, so there's a lot to unpack. But so this movie starts out. We see Dumbledore on Privet Drive. He's turning off all the lights, and he's basically there to drop Harry off at his aunt and uncle's doorstep. McGonagall shows up, changes from a cat to her, and then Hagrid shows up with Harry, and they're all talking about what happened, about how Voldemort, which they called him who. The rumor's true. He killed Harry's parents. Harry's a baby, and somehow Harry survived, which is why he's so famous. There is a scene in the book before this, though, that actually shows the Muggle world before all that happens, or while it's going on, because in the book on the news, Uncle Vernon sees on the news that they're talking about like some big thing happened in the Wizarding world. And you kind of get to see how the Dursleys kind of are in their everyday life before Harry comes into it. Whereas in the movie, it just jumps straight to them dropping Harry off at their doorstep, and we get. And we see the close-up of the infamous lightning bolt on Harry's forehead, which is a scar that he received from Voldemort when Voldemort tried to kill him and failed. So, and then we get into the Dursleys, which, oh my gosh, they're terrible people.
Do you want me to talk about the book, or you want me to talk about the movie?
I mean, we're talking about both.
Okay.
Platforms.
So like we talked about in the book, the Dursleys, they have their little shindig in the first one where you see like they want to live a very ordinary life and they're very proud of their ordinary life. They don't like anything standing out whatsoever. So in that book, you get basically who you get to meet who the Dursleys are first, and then you get to talk about the Wizarding world and all that stuff with brief touches in the scene with the Dursleys and whatnot. The movie goes straight. You see the wizards, Dumbledore, Hagrid, and McGonagall, and then you go right into the Dursleys. Dursleys are awful people. They're very mean to Harry. Very obnoxious and very rude in general.
Borderline abusive, I would say.
Oh yeah, they're mentally abusive.
Not even borderline abusive. They're sort of abusive.
Yeah. So there has been that. You see them. Dudley, the son of the aunt and uncle of Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon, he's just a spoiled brat, a solo child, just gets everything his way. They think that he can do no wrong, where he's beating people up, and he's a neighborhood bully and a school bully, and Vernon probably thinks that, hey, that's my boy, that's how we Dursleys roll and such.
Yeah.
So not a good household in general, especially for Harry, who doesn't really have any family, and this is his only family, and he fully dislikes his family, and he wishes to go away.
And he lives under the staircase, by the way. They put him under the staircase.
Yeah.
I mean, and we said this before. Like, a lot of people that are going to watch this have already seen and read Harry Potter, so they
So there's no really need to go into.
Right. We're not going to recap every single little detail because you guys have probably majority of you guys have already seen. Actually, no, Elizabeth has not seen it.
Well, that's her fault.
Okay, so Elizabeth's going to call him out for that crap. That's funny. Oh, it's crazy. Actually, another one of my friends might actually watch this video. One of my friends from that I met online might watch this video. Because he's super into Harry Potter.
Okay.
That's how we were doing this today. So if you're watching this, stop. But anyways, so yeah, Dursleys, terrible people, awful, and then so we get to the scene where they're taking Dudley to the zoo for his birthday, and in the book, actually, because in the movie, Harry goes with them. They're bringing Harry with them. But in the book, I mean, he does go with them in the book. And at first, he wasn't supposed to go with them. He was supposed to stay with the neighbor, but then the neighbor, for whatever reason, canceled. I think
Broken leg.
Broken leg. That's what it was. It was broken leg, and Dudley pitched a fit about Harry going. And in the movie, he doesn't pitch a fit. In the movie, he just kind of goes, "Oh, we're going to the zoo. Let's go." And,
yeah. They have a friend with them. Nothing really too different other than from the book and the movie, other than the fact that that when he was supposed to go stay with the old lady, and whenever he talks to the snake and the snake gets out of the glass, in the book the glass doesn't pop back up and trap Dudley, and that happens in the movie only. Yeah, it's nothing really minor. And a lot of differences between this book and the movie are very, very minor, except for one that we'll get into later on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. From there, we go to, the letters are coming in like crazy. Uncle Vernon's trying to stop the letters from coming in, and both the book and the scene, the difference between that, is that Vernon offers Harry Potter the upstairs bedroom. In the movie, he still stays in the cupboard. The family starts becoming overwhelmed with all these letters because, Hogwarts is like, we want Harry Potter. And they ended up going into a faraway land and a faraway island during a stormy night, and this is where Hagrid makes his entrance. And everything's pretty much similar between there. So overall, I mean, it's nothing really to recap that.
Well, I do want to say, since we are in this scene introduced to Hagrid, I will say Hagrid is a solid character. I love Hagrid. Hagrid's one of the fan favorites of the movie series because he genuinely cares about Harry. He's always got Harry's best interest, and he's really, really an awesome character. I do want to say that one of the differences in this scene, actually, when Hagrid comes to pick up Harry, is in the movie, Hagrid doesn't tell Harry about Voldemort coming to his until later on, but in the book, he actually tells Harry at that moment when he's picking Harry up.
No, he didn't.
Oh, I remember him.
No, he didn't.
You sure? I remember reading that.
Because he told him at the whole drink. Actually, no, I lied. Never mind. I'm getting the book. I'm getting it mixed up.
I think in the book, he tells Harry right then and there when he's at an uncle's house, and in the movie, he tells him later on at the cauldron, the leaky cauldron, or whatever they are.
No, he told him in the movie too, because he's like, you told my parents they got killed, blown up in the car crash.
So what? Okay, I'm sorry. I clarify. What I'm saying is, what I'm referring to is later in the movie, when he goes into detail. Remember when in detail he tells Harry about how
getting technical. Sorry. Yes. He's right.
And in the book, he tells Harry all of that in that scene. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Hagrid brings up. Yeah. But yeah, there's this whole back and forth between Dursleys and Hagrid. Hagrid's pissed off with the Dursleys because the Dursleys have been dishonest with Harry, have been lying to Harry, not telling Harry about his heritage. And there's also a funny little scene where Hagrid sees Dudley eating his cake and gives Dudley pigtail. That
irony.
He's a little pig boy.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so then we get into the Hagrid takes Harry away, and this is actually something I wanted to bring up, and I know Jacob, we talked about it before. We can talk about it in extensive right now. Is the Dursleys were very adamant on not letting Harry go to Hogwarts. They did not let him to go, and I just when I watched this at first, it never made sense to me because I'm like, they hate Harry so much and they want nothing to do with Harry, so why not let Harry just go off to Hogwarts so they don't have to deal with him anymore? I never really got that. Now Jacob and I did talk about it earlier today.
Well, I was always just said that they're trying to get rid of magic in their family. If you hear this, is we swore we took him in that we would never expose magic to him and we would exterminate that once and for all.
Right.
So they don't want him to go to Hogwarts so they can get rid of wizarding and magic in the family in general. Aunt Petunia hated it. She was seriously jealous of her sister for having magic.
Because her parents favored her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And so that my response is it's because they just want to get rid of him.
Anyway, at first it just didn't make sense because you hate him so much, why not get rid of him? But anyway, it's funny because either they would have preferred never to have Harry on their doorstep or just get rid of magic completely. So since the first one didn't happen, they got Harry on the doorstep. He's right. They just wanted to exterminate magic altogether, and that's why they were so. Anyway, so hey Freya made her cameo. Then we get to where Hagrid's taking Harry around, and he's going to buy supplies for
Diagon Alley.
A Diagon Alley. And you know what? I will say this. This is going to be a common thing for me in these books and these movies. I've always preferred, I hate the scenes with the Dursleys, even though they're comical, because they're so intolerable. But I always love it when we get to the actual world, like the Wizarding world, outside of the Dursley. That's always my favorite part. When we get past the beginning part of the movies and books, when we get to the actual Wizarding world, I'm like, yes, finally, because that's what I'm waiting for. I hate the Dursleys. They're terrible people. So he's going around buying supplies, and this is where there's another difference in the book and the movie. Because while he's doing this, in the book is when he meets Draco at first. Because in the movie, he doesn't meet Draco until he gets to Hogwarts. And then they have that whole exchange of Draco telling Harry, I can help you make better friends or whatever. And Harry basically says, well, I can do that on my own, thank you. Because he sees right through Draco, which good job, Harry. I actually think in the book when he meets Draco at one of those stores, isn't that where Draco makes that comment to him? And not at Hogwarts?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's also different. That conversation takes place at the store. That's just the difference, and I don't have a preference. I don't think that really...
It makes no...
I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I mean,
they do it to concise down to make the movie, condense the movie, because the movie is already long enough as it is.
There's a lot of stuff in Harry Potter, guys. I mean, just like the Lord of the Rings. They have to condense Lord of the Rings big time.
Which 5-hour movie.
We should do that next. No, I'm just kidding. It would be a lot to read.
We got a lot to do.
We got a lot to do with Harry Potter. So let's. But anyway, and then Harry goes to the wand shop to get his wand, and this is actually one of my favorite scenes in the first movie because I like how he gets the first wand, doesn't work, second wand doesn't work, and then the third one, the guy's like, And this is where we first start to see, this is going to be a theme, that there is a connection between Harry and Voldemort. And this is one of the first times we notice that because the guy says, this wand that you have that is choosing you, the sister wand is the one that gave you the scar. And so he tells Harry that just like we expected from you-know-who, great things, we expect great things from you. So that's kind of because it gets deeper into that as the movies go along about how Harry and Voldemort have a connection to each other. Because that's one of the first moments we see that connection. So that's always been interesting to me that So anyway, then Hagrid gets him an owl, which Hedwig is. I love Hedwig.
Hedwig's the bomb.
Hedwig is a good character. And then you can kind of pick it up from there. What happens after?
Hagrid leaves Harry on the platform, and he's trying to find platform 9 3/4. He's like, "What the hell?"
He just disappears on it. Right?
Yeah.
Hagrid, where'd you go?
Exactly. And then we meet the Dursleys. I mean, not the Dursleys, the Weasleys.
Weasleys. Don't mix those up.
Yeah, that's completely
Weasleys are awesome.
Yes, we love the Weasleys.
We love the Weasleys.
So you see all the Weasley brothers are running through, and Harry asks how to do it, and she says, just take off. Her and then Harry and Ron run through the thing, and they go in the train, and next thing you know, they're on to Hogwarts. And they're picking out on suites, and, they're talking about, the Wizarding World, and Harry's getting his really first, really introduction and learning how the Wizarding World works and such,
Yeah.
He's getting more fully immersed in that. Then we meet the lovely Hermione Granger.
Before we say that, we actually forgot something. Harry buys all those candy because he has a lot of money from his parents in the vault. We forgot that the vault scene. They get all the money and everything. So Harry has a lot of money from his parents.
Yeah.
So he can afford all the candy. But anyway, Hermione. On the subject of Hermione, I always liked Hermione. Jacob didn't always favor her too much. I always liked Hermione. We've had this discussion before. I will admit Hermione comes off as very snobbish and very
Arrogant.
Yeah, but
very matter of
she has a lot of character development. What?
I said very matter of fact, like him.
I'm more talking my emotions.
Anyways.
But anyways, so Hermione has a lot of character growth, which I appreciate. I always liked Hermione, but oh wait, should we bring up the thing about Scabbers, or should we wait?
No.
Okay, we're gonna wait. So that's gonna be fun. But anyway, Hermione walks in while Ron's trying to turn his mouse yellow with this spell that I think in the book it says his brothers were just messing with him, and they gave him a spell that really didn't work. And then, Hermione fixes Harry's glasses and realizes he's Harry Potter, and they all, and every time everyone ever finds out that he's Harry Potter, they all go, oh my god, do you have the scar? Can I see the scar? Hey, Freya! Look, say hi. Oh shit, never mind. Freya's no. Freya, what's up, Freya? And then they get to Hogwarts.
Yep, Hogwarts. They see Hagrid again, and they have all these little introductions. This is when the difference in the book where you meet Draco Malfoy in the movie, and the whole shindig and whatnot. The whole family meets. All the students meet Professor McGonagall officially, and then they go into the sorting of the houses.
Woo! I love that.
So the book, of course, we talked about this. The book talks about almost everyone who gets sorted. When the movie, for condensing reasons, it only talks about a few characters. There's only one person that they name that's not really
a main character
in there at all.
Yeah.
So that was kind of okay, cool.
We also meet Neville, which Neville is an important character.
Yeah, he is to some degree. So we meet Neville. Then the people that you see in there, some random girl. Then it's Ron, who goes to Gryffindor. Draco Malfoy, who goes to Slytherin. We don't see any Ravenclaws. I don't think in.
Yeah, no, because the girl that did Susan Boyle, she's a Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
we don't see any Ravenclaws or anyone.
There's Hermione, who goes to Gryffindor. We all know who goes to Gryffindor, and of course Harry Potter, who goes to Gryffindor.
I always like the part where when Draco gets sorted, the hat barely touches his head. That's even in the book, though. Even in the book, they say it barely touches his head when he goes, Slytherin!
Yeah, it was pretty easy from the get-go. You knew that he was going to go to the mean house.
While we're on the subject of the houses, I actually recently found this out, which is a pretty cool fun fact about this. So, J.K. Rowling was apparently a big fan of The Chronicles of Narnia, which is a series by C.S. Lewis, which is another series that I absolutely love. He loves it too. And apparently, when she did the houses, she based the houses on the four Pevensies' personalities. no, not the four founders. It's just their personalities are similar to the houses. So like Peter is Gryffindor, Susan is Ravenclaw, Edmund is Slytherin, and Lucy is Hufflepuff. So I thought that was a pretty cool fun fact to just throw out there. That there's a connection between and then and when you see the symbol for Gryffindor in Harry Potter, it's the same symbol that appears on Peter's shield when he's fighting in the war in Narnia. So that's actually a pretty cool fun fact. But anyway, just wanted to put that out there. I love that fun fact.
Little Easter egg.
Little Easter egg. Yeah, Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little Easter egg in there. But yeah, and then they have the feast. Dude, the food looks amazing. I've always wanted to like go there just to eat that food.
Yeah.
So,
After that, you just see them going through the school daily activities. Nothing too important to recap over there. And then we get to the scene of them learning how to fly a broom.
I love this.
And so, in the scene, I would say that it's pretty much the same as the book. There's not really that many differences.
There's one difference in that, I think we talked about it. When Draco steals the Neville's member ball, and they, Harry and him on the whole thing, and McGonagall catches him. At first, Harry gets in trouble in the book for a little bit before he gets told he's the seeker for Quidditch. But in the movie, McGonagall just goes straight to telling him, like, she doesn't get him in trouble. He doesn't get in trouble at all.
Yeah, see, I always interpreted it in the book as that, like, you had a choice. You either, one, join the Quidditch team, or two, you get expelled. Like, so it wasn't not much of, like, he got in trouble. It was like, you're going to do this, or I will expel you.
That may have
quote
been
unquote expel. That's what I figured. That's what I interpreted it as.
I may have forgotten. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't remember that. And for anyone who's watching this, if you know if that's true, clarify that down in the comments if that's true. But I think in the book she doesn't pull Wood out of Quirrell's class. She pulls him out of another professor's class, which is not really a huge deal. It's just a little difference. But Harry gets made the seeker of the Gryffindor Quidditch.
No, this guy notices every single thing different, so he will be pointing out a lot of minuscule differences that don't even matter.
I'm trying not to, though. Because it's a big movie.
This is why we're 22 minutes in, and we're only a quarter of the way through.
We can
all right, big difference though that we did skip though. There is one important character in the book that is not in the movie at all, and that is Peeves.
Oh, I was so disappointed in Peeves.
So evidently, from what I remember though, is that they actually had someone casted for the role for Peeves, and I can't remember who it was particularly. But when they saw how much it was going to cost, and with adding all of his scenes in, and how much longer the movie was going to make, even already after it was like a 2.5-hour movie, I think they're like, nah, he's not that important. X-nay. I was mad because Peeves is like, are you kidding me?
He's one of the best ghosts.
Yeah, he is. He's a poltergeist. Like, that's just his job, to cause anarchy and havoc. And like, there's a lot of the reasons why the kids get in trouble is because of Peeves.
Yes.
Peeves grabs them out more often than not.
And it's a sing-song voice, like, like he teases.
And he teams up with the housekeeper. Not the housekeeper. Filch, yeah.
Yeah, Filch.
Him and Filch are like teams up a lot, and then there's only one person other than Filch. Filch can't really even can control him. There's only one person that can control Peeves. No, it's the Baron. The Baron Ghost.
Oh, the Red Baron.
So yeah, and not the Red Baron. That's a pilot in World War I.
We can edit that out.
Anyways, no.
No.
So that's pretty much like the biggest difference in the movie, I would say, out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So now that we've addressed that, we go on to all these little.
One more thing.
Oh, okay, Tyler. Please go for it.
No. About Peeves.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
If anyone has seen the show, I don't think you've seen it, but the show Once Upon a Time, he's actually reminds me of like. The dog is bumping. He reminds me of a character there, Rumpelstiltskin. They have this same exact for like the teasing people and the getting people in trouble and so I really wish I could have seen Peeves. But anyway, continue after we.
So we talked about the Quidditch thing. You got made seeker. Harry Potter learns how to play Quidditch. Everyone's all like, "Oh my gosh, you're awesome because you're the youngest person to be Quidditch seeker on the Quidditch team in a lifetime in the first year." You find out that it's actually kind of in his blood because James Potter, his Harry Potter's father, was a seeker for Quidditch a long time ago. He's smiling because there's another discussion that we have for movies way down the road that you will see maybe a borderline argument happen.
We're going to address this
later on in the future. Yeah. So there's that. During the Quidditch match, however, we do have an incident where Harry Potter's broom, which was given to him by Professor McGonagall, the Nimbus 2000, is being bewitched.
Yep.
And everyone believes that this is, we didn't mention this character earlier, but Professor Snape.
Yeah.
And so Hermione goes out and sets Professor Snape's coat on fire, and that somehow disrupts the spell, and Harry Potter's able to jump back on his broom, and he finds the snitch. Is that what it's called?
The golden snitch.
The golden snitch. Remember, kids, snitches get stitches. Anyway, kidding. And he ends up grabbing the snitch, winning the game for Gryffindor by almost swallowing it and throwing it back up.
Yeah.
So Harry Potter has become now the popular person in the thing. You know, everyone's winning. Huzzah, huzzah! Yeah.
Real quick, we skipped over a big, actually important part of the movie. The troll scene, where the troll gets into the cow. That's before Quidditch.
Is it? I thought it was after.
Yeah, because remember Snape told him, good luck Snape Potter, although he proves himself against a troll, Quidditch shouldn't be that hard now.
It's pretty much the same as the book, but yeah.
Well,
the troll happens, and
well,
Harry Potter and Ron save Hermione from a gigantic troll and smacking on top of the head with his club with the Leviosa spell.
But the reason that it's in the book, in the book it says that is the moment where those three became friends. Like, it was an unbreakable bond. Like, because before then...
Details guy.
No, but I think that's a significant point.
Okay,
before then, Ron and Hermione had this extreme tension with each other. They did not like each other at all.
Well, they still do throughout the entire series.
Yeah, but we all know where that goes. There's a different tension that develops throughout the movie series. But anyway, that's a significant part, though, because they all become friends at that point.
Yes.
And also, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
That's one of the moments where I want to slap Hermione.
Listen, I love that thing because you go, Leviosa, and you go, just stop. You're going to poke someone's eyes out. But anyway, but that is a mixing. But anyway, Harry wins Quidditch. He's a popular guy, and I think now it just goes into...
No, they're figuring out more. There's more about the Sorcerer's Stone. They're trying to figure out why. Everyone is under the impression that Snape is the bad guy that is trying to get the Sorcerer's Stone because Hagrid. They find out more because of the Sorcerer's Stone because Hagrid has a big mouth and he's not the sharpest tool.
I love him. I shouldn't have said that. He always says that.
So Hermione, while Hermione's having everyone do research on
Nicholas Flamel.
Nicholas Flamel.
Yes.
Hermione goes on vacation. Then you see Ron and Harry. They're still trying to do some stuff, and this is Harry's first actual Christmas where he's getting presents. He doesn't know what it actually is like, which then comes with the invisibility cloak, which is given to him by Dumbledore.
Yeah.
So Harry Potter's using this cloak to go around, sneaking around, causing issues, bad kid stuff. And he's doing research, and he sees Professor Snape talking to another Professor Quirrell, who we forgot to mention as well. But Quirrell is the professor of the dark arts teacher, and he's very skittish. He's very scared. For something that's as terrifying as the professor as the dark arts, he is he's not very much the brightest and the bravest person ever. So there's that. Tyler looks like he has something to say, so I'm gonna let him say it.
No, I'll say when we get to that part of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing because his dogs are over there having a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Basically. They're playing. But yeah, no, no, and then he goes into the mirror.
Yes.
In the book, and the mirror shows him his parents, and he rushes to Ron and says, "Ron, come see, Ron, come see, Ron, come see," and tries to show Ron. Ron doesn't see his parents. Ron sees him becoming head boy, and then Harry's confused because he's like, well, "Wait, why? What's going on here?" And a couple of scenes later, Dumbledore actually comes in and says, "The mirror shows what you most desire." Your heart's deepest desires, and clearly Harry desires to know his parents because he's never met them. They died before he was born. Mm-hmm. He never got the chance to know them, which is understandable completely. I couldn't imagine not knowing my parents.
Yeah, same.
So going out without my parents. So that's completely. And then obviously Ron wants to be head boy like his brother.
Yeah.
Which I can understand that.
Egotistical.
Well, living in your big brother's shadow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, so then the mirror thing, and then, a lot to keep talking about. Yes, detention, yes, because they go to Hagrid's hut.
You can talk about this one.
And Hagrid has a baby dragon that comes out of an egg, and they're like, oh my god, where'd you get that? And then Hagrid looks at the, outside the hut and sees Draco Malfoy looking in the window, and he runs away because Draco's a little rad boy.
Also in the book, they talk more about the dragon than what they did in the movie.
They do.
Because, Dumbledore didn't catch him about the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
They snuck the dragon off to Ron's older brother.
In Romania.
Yeah. Because Ron's older brother, Charlie, was able to have two guys over because the dragon ended up getting way too big for them. Mm-hmm. So, because it was Neville in the book that ratted them out, not Draco.
Which we were talking about that earlier, actually. So in the book, Neville, and he doesn't rat them out to be a jerk. He rats them out because he's concerned and he's worried about his friends. And he's all nervous and everything.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't want to lose the team anymore. House points.
Exactly, because they had lost a bunch of points.
Mm-hmm.
But in the movie, it's Draco who rats him out because he's a jerk. Which I kind of like that difference because it makes more sense that Draco would rat them out.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a little turd.
Yeah.
And then McGonagall catches them, and then they all get detention. Which in the book, Neville's the one who gets detention, and it's Harry, Hermione, Ron, and Neville, not Harry, Draco, Ron, and who's the fourth? Neville. No,
Hermione was in it too.
Hermione was in the. Yeah, she was.
She was in it. Yeah.
Sorry, Hermione wasn't in the. Hermione didn't get in the book. It was Harry, Ron, Draco, and Neville in the book.
That's
Sorry,
right.
Hermione was not in the Division in the book. In the movie, she was though, because she went to her room. She didn't want to get any more trouble.
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite lines from her in the movie was she goes, "If you two don't mind, I'm gonna go to bed now before you think of another reason to get us killed, or more important, expelled." And Ron just goes, "She needs to get her priorities straight," which I get that because dying is worse than getting expelled, guys. Jesus. Anyways, so they get detention and they go to the Forbidden Forest with Hagrid, protesting. Well, Draco protests because at the beginning of the movie, Dumbledore does say the Forbidden Forest is off limits to the virtues, but they have detention, so that, And they end up splitting up and going their separate ways, and there's a couple of differences in this, but I'm not even going to mention that because it's not really a huge deal. But basically, they're looking for unicorn blood, and they come across the dead unicorn, where Harry and Draco do with Fluffy. That's Harry's name. Fang. Fluffy's another character.
Fluffy's the three-headed dog.
Yes, the three-headed dog. My bad, three-headed dog. No, Fang. They come across the unicorn Fang, and then they see a hooded creature that's feeding off of the unicorn's blood. And Draco runs away, and Harry's scar starts hurting, which happens every time Harry gets in trouble. Hi, Duke! What's up, Duke? Hey, what's up? Duke, can you say hi? What's up, Duke? Hey, yo! Okay, alright. We got it. Hey, Duke. Anyway, Duke is, you know what? Duke will be like Fang.
Yeah.
Duke will be a good Fang.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the hooded creature, and then the hooded creature starts coming towards Harry, and a centaur jumps out of nowhere and saves her from the hunter creature, and basically reveals that was Voldemort feeding off the unicorn's blood because that's how weak Voldemort is, that he has to feed off the unicorn's blood, even though he's gonna have a half life when he consumes the blood. And then they figure out Harry figured out the Sorcerer's Stone is in Hogwarts. That's what, at the time he thinks Snape is after for Voldemort. And they run into the school, try to tell McGonagall, we need to talk to Dumbledore. Snape's after the Sorcerer's Stone, and McGonagall says, well, Dumbledore's not here, and Snape's not going after the stone, and, he's protecting it or whatever. And then they make their journey into the dungeon because they are wanting to stop Snape. As they and comical scene, Neville tries to stop them, tries to stand in front of him, and which I can understand. He's like, "Stop! You're getting us in trouble! Like, stop going out!"
Yeah.
And then Hermione just goes, "Petrificus Potralis," or however she says it, and it paralyzes him, and he falls to the ground, which is comical. I love that scene. But anyway, so they go through all kinds of obstacles, like the Devil's Snare.
Yep. We see Fluffy.
Fluffy! Dude, you have 2 more heads. So you can be Fluffy.
We see Fluffy, we see the Devil's Snare,
Chessboard.
the chessboard, and then we see the the chessboard's after the
keys.
The keys.
Yes, the keys.
The one specific part that they left out in the book is that so each trap or each obstacle is particular to a professor or somebody who has a position at Hogwarts.
Yes.
Fluffy belonged to Hagrid, so that was Hagrid's protection. After that, there was the Devil's Snare, which belonged to the
she was the agricultural teacher.
The ag lady.
I'm gonna remember her name. Keep going. I don't remember her name.
And then after that, we had the Professor Sprout. And then we had the keys, which was the broom, which belonged to the one who was the Quidditch referee.
Hooch.
And then from that, we did the chessboard, which was McGonagall.
Oh, that was McGonagall. Okay.
And then from McGonagall, they didn't put this in the movie, but there was the potions. And that was Snape's. That was Snape's protection.
Yeah.
And then from Snape's, it went to Dumbledore with the mirror. Yes. So there we go through all those obstacles, and then you figure out who the main who the main bad guy is, and it's not Snape at all. Lo and behold, it's Professor Quirrell.
Which this is the comment I wanted to make earlier when I was making the face when you were talking about.
Go for it.
How he stutters and everything.
Yeah.
I think that was an act. He was trying to make it seem like he was so skittish.
Oh, it was an act.
Because when Harry sees him, he's not stuttering anymore.
Yeah.
Now he's like all evil and he's So just like another character we're going to bring up later puts on an act for the entire series. That's Quirrell was also putting on an act.
Yeah.
And it's funny. In the chess scene, in the book, Ron is actually not on top of a piece. He's actually on the board himself, and the queen actually knocks him out.
Yeah.
Which is more gruesome in the book, because I'm like, oh wait a minute, that's so true.
He got hit in the head by the
but in the movie,
he's on the knight.
Yeah, it knocks the knight. Now that also knocks him off the horse and it hurts him and it injures him. But in the book, he got should have knocked in the head.
Yeah.
Which I kind of liked in the movie how they changed that because I didn't want to see him go in the head. But like Jacob says, Quirrell is actually the bad guy, and he's looking in the mirror trying to get the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry actually walks up to the mirror, and he sees himself with the Sorcerer's Stone in his pocket, and that actually comes true because in real life, Harry has the stone in his pocket, and he tries to play it off like he sees himself winning the House Cup, and so Voldemort's voice comes out and says he's lying, and Quirrell reveals Voldemort in the back of his head, which I will say, as a 6-year-old child, when I first saw this movie, I was 6 years old, when I saw Voldemort's face come out the back of Quirrell's head, it freaked me out. That was scary. That's the scary shit. It's like, That was a weird face. But anyway,
That's Voldemort right there for you.
that's Voldemort. I am not Voldemort. Anyways, but yeah, and so basically, battle breaks out between Quirrell and Harry, and Quirrell tries to touch Harry, but ends up burning. His skin starts burning when he touches Harry, and we'll get into why that is in the later scene. And then, what? You got something you want to say? Okay. Anyways, and then at the end, Harry ends up defeating Quirrell, and then Voldemort's spirit kind of just flies around and floats out of the thing, and he's gone. And Harry wakes up in the hospital wing, where Dumbledore is visiting him.
Yeah.
And so Dumbledore tells him that him and Nicholas Flamel have had a conversation. They're going to destroy the stone. Mm-hmm. And of course, that means that Nicholas Flamel is going to die. Mm-hmm. He's going to have enough time to get his affairs in order, but he's going to die. Mm-hmm. Him and his wife, I think. His wife's going to die too, right?
I thought it was just him.
I thought it was, I don't know. It may be either him or his wife. But anyway, point is, he's going to die. And also, he explains to Harry that the reason that Quirrell could not touch him was because when his mother sacrificed her life for Harry, that provided the ultimate protection, which is love. And that's why Quirrell couldn't bear to touch him, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. That's a badass protection. Mm-hmm. like that's awesome.
Sure.
Now, this is the difference in the book. Harry has more visitors than Dumbledore in the book in the House of the Ring. Because in the movie, you just see Dumbledore. Mm-hmm. And then he goes to the Great Hall where the ending and everything. But in the book, I think Harry and Hermione actually come, and then Hagrid comes. Mm-hmm. And this is one I wanted to talk about because this is really, really great moment for Harry. So Hagrid is talking to Harry about what happened, and he's all teary-eyed, and he's crying because he feels horrible that Harry had to go through that. And Harry talks about what he went through, and Harry keeps saying Voldemort's name, and Hagrid tells him, stop saying his name. And Harry looks at Hagrid, this is in the book, he looks at Hagrid and says, no, I'm not going to stop saying that name, because I just faced him. He killed my parents, I faced him, I defeated him, I'm not scared to say his name, I'm going to say his name. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great moment for Harry. I wish they would have kept that in the movie.
Yeah.
Because that's a great moment.
Yeah.
It shows how courageous and brave he is. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think I would have had the guts to say his name. Because, there's a reason why they don't like to say his name. I think there was a reason for that.
No, it's just scary.
But also I think there was another reason too, though.
No.
From the Deathly Hallows. I don't know.
No.
We'll get into that. But yeah, no. But so that's a great scene, and then so after all that, they talk about all that, and then we get to the Great Hall, and it's the award ceremony, which you can take this one, because this is.
I'm more comfortable with you taking this one. I will probably mess something up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so go for it.
Okay, so it's the end of the feast, and Dumbledore is talking about the house points and who won, and initially. Gryffindor's in fourth place. I don't know who's second or third, but I know Slytherin's in first place.
Yeah.
But then Dumbledore gives some bonus points out. And the first points he gives out is to Hermione for cool use of intellect when others were in danger, and she gets 50 points. Mm-hmm. And then Ron gets 50 points for the best chess game ever played in Hogwarts. Mm-hmm. Harry gets 60 points.
That was 50.
No. So they get 50 and Harry gets 10 more than they do. He gets 60.
I could have swore it was 50.
It's 60.
Because they each got 100. Okay.
Whatever you say. I'm telling you, it's 60.
I'm pretty sure it's 50, but if he says it's 60, then y'all verify for us. Anyways.
Okay. And anyway, so then he gives Neville 10 points because and I actually like this line from Dumbledore. It takes bravery to stand up to your enemies, but it's even more brave to stand up to your friends. And I actually think that's true. It is. It's easy to stand up to your enemies, but it's harder to stand up to your friends and who you're connected to because it takes a lot more courage to do that.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like how Neville got some points for that. Mm-hmm. And then that takes them over the top, and they beat Slytherin, and they win the House Cup. Mm-hmm. And then we get to the ending scene where they're at the train and they're going to go back home. And Hagrid tells Harry, if that if you're
They're deadly.
Dudley gives you any trouble, just use magic. And Harry goes, well, we're not supposed to use magic. And Harry goes, yeah, but he doesn't know that. So love Hagrid in that moment, encouraging him to break rules.
Yep.
Love that. And then that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
So, woo! And so if we left anything out, guys, please let us know. But so we have a couple things we want to talk about.
I think it's not even a couple. It's just one thing. We thought that we try to do something that related to the movie, each movie that we do, movie/book. So for this one, we decided, hey, what would be our houses,
Yeah.
And so we I did the test long time ago we even started doing this stuff.
So did I.
And so we just thought it'd be cool to share our houses. So for me, I can guarantee you'll probably already know this. I am a Gryffindor. And Tyler?
And for those of you who know me in real life and have met me, you guys all know I'm a Hufflepuff.
So, yeah, but those are our houses. And the guys, if you want to share your houses,
comment down below.
Fly Gryffindor, let's go. Rock on, guys.
I do know that if the guy I mentioned earlier is going to watch this, the one I met online, I know, and he told me this, we talked about this actually a couple nights ago, he is a Slytherin. So if you're watching this, I know what you are, you're a Slytherin.
You sly bastard.
He is so chaotic. And what's funny is that Slytherins do get a bad rep, but Slytherinism is not always negative. It just means ambitious and they got good qualities. It's just they get a bad rep because in the movie, Slytherins are pretty bad. And also, I do want to say the whole Quirrell is actually the bad guy. The movie did a really good job hitting Snape as the framed bad guy.
Oh yeah.
Because that's why you know, like, oh my god, like he's clearly the bad guy. So the movie did a really good job at that. We'll talk more about Snape as the movies go along.
Yeah.
Definitely, because it's a bigger part. Also, I wanted to say something else, and I forgot. Oh, what was your, so do you have like a favorite scene from this movie?
Oh, Quidditch. Quidditch.
Okay, the Quidditch. I think mine would be, I think I like the chess scene the best. I think I like the chess scene where they're getting to the chessboard and it's really cool. But yeah, so anyways, so next time, and I'm not gonna promise every week because our lives are really hectic, and at the end of this month, I'm actually about to go back to work because some of the vacations are gonna be over for me. So, but next time when we do a review, it's gonna be Chamber of Secrets. So we're gonna read the Chamber of Secrets, watch the Chamber of Secrets. In between that, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and tell us what house you're in, and feel free to give any kind of commentary. I always say this, just keep it respectful in the comments. Just because and if any disrespect happens, I will remove a comment. But keep it positive, guys. Positive vibes here. But shut up, Jacob. See,
Anarchy! Anyways,
Duke,
y'all have a good one.
Go, Duke.
Take it easy.
Get him, Duke.
Love, peace. That's my brother's saying. I'm not going to say my brother's saying. All right. Have a good one.
Okay,
Deuces.
bye.
Bye.